Okay, Doug, so we got cut off a little at the end of that last video, but the point I wanted to make was you got to do those two massage techniques in the order I showed them, the foam roller with this first, and then the strips with the thumbs through here and here. Remember, we're just one stripe at a time, treat that whole area every 2 days. So don't do it every day, it's going to be too much. The tissue will be tender if you try and repeat it 24 hours later. So do it every 2 days. And then as this area becomes more tolerant of the work, once you've done it 2 or 3 times, then you can start to run some stripes from the ASIS all the way down the center here. And you can run parallel lines, and you can extend those all the way down to the knee eventually. To go from here to here properly is going to take you about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes at a time, so it's going to require some thumb strength. And remember, you only do one stripe on that leg before you switch to the other leg. So do what I showed you on the previous video first, and then start progressing into longer stripes. And as well as coming long down here, start coming onto the very front too. So by the time you come and see me in a few weeks, you'll have self-treated all of this on both sides, so I can do much more aggressive work to get you back where you need to be, okay? And then after you've treated, each time after you've treated, immediately do a stretch for that area. So you're just trying to get a stretch through the IT band and this anterior glute medius and TFL area. So something like this works well. Just push the hip across, hike it up a little bit, and then rotate it forwards or backwards until you feel a stretch. Like with me, if I hitch this hip up that way and then rotate that way, I get a decent stretch through here. It's not real strong, but it's enough I can notice. And then it can be helpful too to add this in, and maybe even this, because that helps to tension the fascia up even more. You want to hold these fascial stretches for initially at least 30 to 60 seconds, but as you swap from side to side and you get better at this and the days go by, you can start holding some of these stretches for as long as 3 or 4 minutes at a time. But do the stretching after the treatment. This side isn't as tight. I find it harder to get a stretch on that left side. Some people will find it better just to keep this arm down, and then others will find that if they do this, then it gives them a nice pull all the way through this area here. And there's other stretching techniques you can try as well. Some people prefer to do it against the wall. Something like this. Just play with the position of the hips until you get a good pull. And keep swapping from side to side. Okay? And feel free to invent other stretches. Anything you can do to create a sense of stretch down here or through here. And of course you should stretch your quads as well. That's pretty straightforward. But just find a wall, put your foot up on it, and then do a posterior pelvic tilt. That's very important. So a posterior tilt that tensions the front of the quad up, and make your spine nice and upright, suck the abdominals into the spine, push the left knee down into the floor like you're drilling a post hole into the ground, and send the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Not like this, but like that, like someone's got you on the crown of the head, extending your spine. And you'll get a real strong burning stretch through here. Again, give it at least 30 seconds. And then switch. And then do the other side. Posterior tilt. Get nice and tall, stomach in. Push the right knee into the floor like you're drilling a post hole in the ground. At least 30 seconds, and then switch and go left, right, left, right, left, right, and gradually build the duration of those stretches up. Eventually you want to build up till you're holding for 3 minutes at a time. You don't need to do 3 repetitions on each leg once you're holding for that long. Once you get to that point, just do a shorter stretch as a warm-up, and then do a second stretch for the full 3 minutes. And you'll get this incredible sense of release along the front of the thigh when you do those long hold stretches. Okay? So it's self-massage in the order I showed you every 2 days, followed immediately by the stretching. And feel free to start with my stretches and then experiment with your own. And the key is getting the stretch in the correct area, which is here and here, here and here. And then when you do the quad stretching, that one I just showed you, obviously it should be down here. Okay? You probably won't find a quad stretch that's more effective than that one, but for this area here, there's a lot of variations that you can do with body positions and hip rotations and stuff, and you have to play around with it. Okay.